So do you know who these ghostly creatures are? This is Elvis's mother and father, okay? And this is supposed to be Elvis when he was a kid. And look at the mother. It looks like Rosie O'Donnell. And it's got the Dawn, like Donald Trump, Rosie O'Donnell. But anyway, I don't even know if this is a real image, but supposedly that's Elvis's mother. Here's a more proper image of the three of them. So there's Elvis and his mother and Vernon Presley. And in this video, I'm going to connect all of this together for you can understand that every date matches up to the way, this puzzle is going to play out. Anyway, for the people who are new, just know this, that I have two predictions, and I've had the same predictions for the last like 4 or 5 years. Never changed, always the same dates, and 2023 is the year that it's for sure going to happen. Okay? That on June 11th, there's going to be a spectacular event in Seattle, and Trump gets his head wound on August 4th in Ohio. Okay, first let's start with Vernon Presley, who's Elvis's father. Vernon Presley had a brother named Vester Presley. Okay, look at that. They're both VPs, like vice presidents. Anyway, look at their birth dates. So Vernon Presley, Elvis's dad, is born on April 10th, 1916. And Vester Presley, his brother, Vernon Presley's brother, is born on 9/11, 1914. Okay? And look, if you add up their birth dates, the 9/11 and the 4/10, it equals 1321. The 216th prime is 1321. And the 216th day of the year is August 4th, the day Trump gets his head wound, which just so happens to be Obama's birthday. And the 162nd day of the year is June 11th, my other prediction for Seattle. Same numbers right there, 162, 216. So for the people who don't know, you know that the Twin Towers was attacked before 9/11, okay? And they tried to bring the building down supposedly a first time, all right? I think like they blew up like 5 floors of the parking structure underneath the building of the tower. Anyway, the first attack was on 2/26/1993. And if you go from that date to 9/11, the day the Twin Towers actually fell, look at this. Let me show you why this is important. 3120. Okay? Because the 0 is a crown. So it's basically 312 with a crown. Because pay attention, the letter O is a crown, okay? So if you were to break 312 into 2, it'd be 156. 156 would equal 312. Okay, remember that last equation I showed you was 312 with a crown. So it's 312 with a crown. And 156 equals 312. The letter O equals 15. And the reduced number for the letter O is 6. Because 1 plus 5 is 6. That's what reduced means. Okay, so the letter O is the 15th letter of the alphabet reduced at 6. So it's 156, 156 for another O. 156, 156. Do you get it? Okay, I'll show you why the 156 is important besides the 2 O's right there, the 2 crowns. And look, 15 plus 15 is 30. 6 plus 6 is 12 equals 42. Elvis dies at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state, okay? And you know, the 66 is a twin. Twin equals 66. And 1 plus 5 is 6. 1 plus 5 is 6, okay? And notice the numbers. 3, 0, 1, 2. Again, the 312 with a crown. Get it? 3 with a crown with 1, 2. 312. So that's why I was showing you from the first attack of the Twin Towers to the real attack of the Twin Towers on 9/11 was 312 with a crown. And from Vernon Presley's birthday, Elvis's dad, the exact day he was born, April 10th, 1916, to the day the Twin Towers fell, look at that, 312 with a double crown. Do you understand what I just showed you before? Okay? 312 with a double crown. So just like I showed you before, the 312 now with a double crown, if you break it in half, 31200, it would be 15,600, 15,600. So it's 156 with two crowns, basically. Okay? Do you get what I'm saying? 156, 156. The 156 prime number is 911. Do you see that? And it's to 9/11. I mean, it's to the date 9/11 from Vernon Presley's birthday. 9/11, 156, 156, letter O, letter O, O, O. Do you get it? Look over here. So 31,200 days. The 312 with the double crown. Break it in half. It's 15600, right? If you take that one of these, the 15600, which is 15,600 days, it equals 42 years, 8 months, 16 days on the time and date calculator. 15,600 days is 42 years, 8 months, 6 days. Elvis died at the age of 42 on the date 8/16. That's the day he died. And remember, the 156th prime number was 9/11, right? From Elvis's death day on August 16, 1977, to the first time the Twin Towers were attacked on 2/26/1993, it's 15 years, 6 months, 11 days. And I told you that the Seattle event is on 6/11 next year. And the 15 is a crown, because the 15th letter of the alphabet is the O. The O is a crown. Plus you have the 156. 156 right there. The 156 prime number is 9/11, and the 9/11 is the upside down 6/11. You know, if you turn the 6 upside down, it'd be a 9. And for the people who are new to the channel, understand that there was a horse back in 1977, the same year Elvis died, who was called Seattle Slew, and it won the most prestigious race in horse racing called the Triple Crown. It won on June 11th, and I'm telling you, the Seattle is going to be slewed on June 11th, and this horse won the same year that Elvis died. And from Seattle Slew winning the Triple Crown to the day that the Twin Towers was first attacked, the first attack, not the 9/11 one, it's 15 years, 8 months, 16 days. Elvis died on 8/16, and 15 is a crown. Do you see it? And look, if you turn this amount into months and days, it's 188 months and 16 days. Elvis was born on 1/8 and died on 8/16. Look at that. It's his birth date and then his death date. And for the people who know that I told you guys that 2022 and 2023 is so important, okay, to this puzzle, because Elvis has been dead for 45 years, starting from this year, 2022, on August 16th, all the way until next year, August 16th. That's why 22 and 23 is so important. Plus, there's other reasons. But from the day that Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown, the same year Elvis died, okay, you can do this equation with Elvis's death, too. It'll work the same. From Seattle Slew winning the Triple Crown to the day the Seattle Kingdom demolition, see right here, Seattle Kingdom demolition was 3/26, okay? And, you know, Elvis was known as the king. That's what I'm trying to show you. And Seattle's in King County. So they demolished the Kingdom. So from Seattle Slew to the Seattle Kingdom was 22 years. And then from the Seattle Kingdom demolition to the day I'm telling you Seattle gets struck on June 11th is 23 years. 22 and 23 is 45 years. And Elvis has been dead for 45 years. And Trump, his devil twin, is the 45th president. And from Vernon Presley's death date, the day that Vernon Presley died, all the way to 9/11, so this is the day he died, 6/26/1979 to 9/11/2001, is 22 years, 2 months, 16 days, or 17 days. And, you know, the 216th day of the year is August 4th, and on leap year it's the 217th day. So that's a connection right there. Plus you have the 222, 2022. And look, the percentage can either be 2222 or 2223, because I told you how important that is, the 2223. The percentage of how many days and months this is. And from Elvis's death date to 9/11, when the Twin Towers fell, it's 8,766 days. And the word twin, look at the word twins total. It equals 87 forward and 66 backwards, because that's what this is. There's the forward numbers in gematria, there's the backwards numbers. 8766, you see? And the Twin Towers fell. And I showed you that from Elvis's birthday to the day the Twin Towers fell was 66 years, you see? And from the Twin Towers falling 9/11 to 2023, when 6/11 happens, it's going to be 21 years. All right, trust me, I've shown it all. And he died at the age of 42, okay? And from August 16th to this day is 24 years. I didn't put it up here, but it's 20. So all of the connections are right in that word twin. To Elvis's birth, to 9/11, to Elvis's death, to 9/11, and to next year. And from Vernon Presley's birthday to the day Elvis died, look at that number, 22408. You say it backwards, it's 80422. Trump's going to get his head wound on 8/4, okay? And it's 61 years, 4 months, and 6 days. Trump's birthday is 6/14. There's a 614 right there, backwards and forwards. And next year, the Seattle Space Needle will turn 61 years old. And the 18th prime number is 61. And here's a different, every equation I'm showing you is different, even though they might look alike to you, because if you're not paying attention. From Vernon Presley's birthday to the day that Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown is 61 years, 2 months, 2 days. And that's the same year that Elvis died. Again, you have the 61 connecting, the 2-2, you know. And notice that it says 22,343 days or 22,342 days. Okay, and the reason I'm showing you that, because next year is the year 223, 2023, right? And Elvis died at the age of 42. And if you add up the numbers for 20 and 22, it equals 42. You add up the numbers for 2023, it's 43. And you know, the 9/11 president, George Bush, he was the 42nd person to become president, but he was the 43rd actual president. So there's your 42, 43 again. And from Seattle Slew's winning the Triple Crown, the same year Elvis died, to the exact day that Vernon Presley died, Elvis's dad, is 2 years and 16 days. Look at that. It's the 216 again, or the 16-2. The 162nd day of the year is June 11th. The 216th day of the year is August 4th. Do you get it? It's the same numbers again. And Vernon Presley, he died at the age of 63, which is, you know, kind of like the 3 6s, get it? If you add all the numbers between 1 through 36, you get 2016. So again with the 216, 16-2. And you know Elvis, he died in the 20th, he was born in the 20th state, Mississippi, and he died in the 16th state, Tennessee. So the 2016 again, 16, 20. 162 it would be. Okay. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. August 4th, 216th day of the year. So from Vernon's brother, Vester Presley, Elvis's dad's brother, he was born on 9/11, 1914, to the exact day that next year, 6/11, the spectacular event in Seattle. It's 108 years and 9 months. You look at the percentage, It's 108, which obviously is for the years, and then 82.19%. So Elvis was born on 108, 18, get it? And then 82.19% is the word Seattle. Seattle equals 8219. So there's your Elvis with the Seattle connection in the percentage. And notice it's 9/11 and 6/11. You know what I mean? The dates. And here's another Vester Presley connection, Vernon's brother. From his birthday on 9/11 to the 9/11 Twin Towers falling is 87 years. And I told you the word twin equals 66, 21, 87. You know, the total was. Anyway, it's 31,777. Look at that, the jackpot number. And in gematria, if you just add up every letter of what it's worth, G is the 7th letter, L is the 12th letter, A is the 1st letter, and so on. If you add up Gladys, Elvis, and Vernon, the mother, father, and the son, is 223. And next year is 223. I told you. And the 22-23 connection. Do you understand? And when Gladys died on August 14th, 1958, when she died that day, Vernon that year was 42 years old and Elvis was 23. And I told you Elvis died at the age of 42 and he comes back on the next year, the 23. You know, when I say come back, I'm saying that Elvis Seattle connection will manifest eventually after the June 11th spectacular event. And you know, Elvis, he died in the year 77. So from Elvis's birthday, the day he's born, to Gladys's death date is 23 years, 7 months, 7 days. So there's your 23 again for next year, and then the 7-7 for the year he died. So both of them are years, get it? Next year is 2023, 77. Now with this equation, you better pay attention because I'm going to show something on this card, then right after it's connected to this. So Gladys's death to Elvis's death. This is when she died. It's 19 years, 3 days. Okay? And from the first of the year, if you went forward 6 months and 11 days, it would be 192 or 193 days. So that's connected to 6 months and 11 days, which connects to June 11th, which is 6/11. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, 228 months and 3 days. Elvis died on the 228th day of the year, which is August 16th. Okay, now look at this. It's the percentage that's important. 19, if you don't count the 0, it's 192, then 219% for that amount of, years and days. Now watch. So remember, Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth, and Jesse came first. So if you went from the first of the year to the day the identical twins were born, Elvis and Jesse, okay, that's why the Twin Towers went down. You understand? That's what everything is about. Okay, the Twin Towers and then a twin connection with 9/11 and the 6/11 happening next year. Okay, it's got to be twin events. Okay, and so if you count 7 days, because that's on the calculator, it would be from the first of the year to 1/8. It would be 7 days or 8 days. So the 7 days would be 1.92. 8 days would 2.19%. See, 192, 2.19%. And that was from Gladys's death to Elvis's death, that equation. What is the chance that it's a twin connection to, all these connections to her death and his death? So again, pay attention. From Gladys's birth to 9/11, the day the towers fell, the day she was born to the towers falling, 9/11, 2001, it's 89 years, 4 months, 17 days. By the way, the Space Needle, it was the first day that construction started was April 17th, 1961, but it didn't open till April 21st, 1962. But 4/17 was the actual construction date. Now, look at the percentage. 8944.11%. 8944. The Space Needle equals 8944. You see that? And I told you that Trump is the replacement twin, okay, for Jesse, the one who died or was sacrificed at birth, Elvis's identical twin. Trump's birthday to Gladys's death day. Look at that. Trump's born on 6/14/1946 to the day Gladys died. It's 45 days, 4,445 days. And why is that important? And look, it's 146 months. Trump's born on 6/14. What's the 44-45? Trump was the 44th person to become president, and he was the 45th actual president. 44th person, 45th actual president. 44-45. You see that? And I told you Trump's going to get his head wound. And from Trump's birthday, if you went forward 4,544 days or 4,545, it lands on the day JFK was assassinated, 11/22. Okay? These are not coincidences. All right? And I just showed you the earlier connection to Trump and Gladys Presley. Look, the day that Trump's going to get his head wound is August 4th, which happens to be Obama's birthday. Trump gets the head wound on 8/4. From Gladys's death day, if you went forward to the next time August 4th comes around, it's 11 months, 22 days. That's when JFK was assassinated, 11/22. And Gladys died at the age of 46, and JFK died at 46. And I told you that Trump gets his head wound on Obama's birthday. From Gladys's death to Obama's actual birthday, the exact day and year, from her death to her year to Obama's year of birth, look at this. It's 1087. I just got finished showing you the equation with from the first of the year to Elvis's birthday, which is on the 8th, was either 7 or 8 days. So it's sitting there right there. Plus the 187 equals connected to George Washington, which I'm not going to get into here. But look, it's George Washington's birthday too. Besides JFK's death date, George Washington's birthdays are 2/11, his original birthday, which is the 42nd day of the year, and then it moved to 2/22, which is the 53rd day of the year. So it went from 2/11 to 2/22, his birthday. And I told you George Washington equals 187, and murder equals 187, if you know what I'm saying, in the police code lingo. There's much more, but I'm not going to get into it here. And notice that Vernon's birth year is 1916 and Obama's birth year is 1961. It's the same numbers, exact same numbers, right? And you can, if you twisted all these numbers around, you can make 911 or 611. You know what I mean? Or 6911. You get what I'm saying? 6911. You can make those. That's all I'm saying. And look at this. From Vernon Presley's birthday to Obama's birthday, okay? And I told you Trump's the 45th president. Look, it's 45 years, 3 months, 26 days. And on 3/26, the Seattle Kingdom was demolished, right? And you have the 45 years connection. I told you Elvis has been dead for 45 years, and Trump is the 45th president. And look, if you add up their birth dates, 4/10 and 8/4, it equals 12/14. George Washington's death date was 12/14. And look at the percentage, 45-35. The percentage, Trump's the 45th and JFK was the 35th. And I told you Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th, which is Obama's birthday. And Trump is born on the 165th day of the year. And I told you that 53 is the February 22nd date, 53rd day of the year. So, I'm just showing you all kinds of different stuff here. But the 165th day of the year is Trump's birthday, 6/14. So pay close attention. So from Gladys's birthday to Vernon's death, the day she was born to the day Vernon died, her husband, is 67 years, 2 months, 2 days. And I told you that 67 equals Jesse and Elvis. They both equaled 67 and 22. Look at that. Jesse equals 67, 22, and Elvis equals 67, 22. And that's Jesse with Jessie, like on the gravestone. And look, 6722. Can you believe this? And from Gladys's death to Vernon's death is 7622. Look, it's the opposite numbers, you see? 6776. And the first number in gematria that equals 162, which is the June 11th date, is 67. If you put 67 into the gematria calculator, it would equal 162. It's the first number that does that. And the second number that does that would be 76. And after that, you won't see it again. So 67 and 76 are the only numbers that equal 162 in gematria. And from Vernon's birthday to Gladys's death is 42 years, 4 months, 5 days. Look at that. So Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state. And Elvis has been dead for 45 years. And Trump is the 45th president. You see what I'm saying? How many connections do I have to show you? I'm just trying to show you overwhelming evidence. So from Vernon's death to next year's Seattle event, the spectacular event in Seattle, pay attention. Vernon's death date to next year's Seattle event is 16,057 days. And on a clock, 1657 military time is 4:57. Okay? 1657, get it? Is 4:57 on the clock. Military time. And the 88th prime number is 457, and Elvis turns 88 next year. So 4:57 88, prime number 88 is 457. 457 on the clock is military time 1657, which connects to next year 1657 from Vernon's death to 611. And notice that it's between 4 and 5, the 45. And Elvis has been dead for 45 years, and Trump is the 45th president. Anyway, pay attention. So from Elvis's birthday to Gladys's death was 23 years. From Gladys's death to Elvis's death is 19 years. 23 and 19 equals 42, right? Elvis died at the age of 42. And the reason I was showing you that, because, you know, Seattle, Washington's initials, SW, equals 19 and 23, just like I just showed you. From Elvis's birthday to Gladys's death was 19 years. From Gladys's death to Elvis's death was 23 years. Right there. Okay? And look, from Elvis's birthday to 611, just in the same year, it's either 154 days or 155 days. 42.19% is 154 days. 42 plus 19 equals 61. And next year, the Space Needle turns 61, and the 18th prime number equals 61, which connects to Elvis being born on 1/8. Get it? 18th prime number equals 61. And do you think it's just a coincidence that from Elvis's birthday to June 11th is 154, 155 days, and from Vernon Presley's birthday to 9/11 is 154, 155 days? I mean, just ask yourself, how is that possible? That from Elvis's birthday to 6/11, it's the exact same days as Vernon Presley, his birthday, to 9/11. It's connecting the 6/11, 9/11 to Elvis's birthday and Vernon's birthday. Impossible coincidences. And remember, I was just talking to you about the 18th prime number being 61 and Elvis being born on 1/8. 18th is 61, 1/8, 1/8. When Elvis died, Vernon was 61 years old when Elvis died. So there's another 61 connection. I told you next year, Space Needle turns 61 years old. And I just got finished telling you that the 18th prime number equals 61. From Gladys's death to JFK's death date is 1,861 days, you see? And I showed you the earlier connections to Gladys, you know, and 1122. Here's something interesting. The word twins with an S equals 85, 22, 107. Vernon's age was 85 in 2001 when 9/11 fell, and he's going to be 107 in 2023 if he was alive, you know what I mean? So it's 85, 107. So you got the 85, then the 107, you know. The 22 is what's in between. I'm almost done, folks. So from Vernon's birthday to his death day, the day he was born to the day he died, is 23,088. Okay? And next year is the year 23, and Elvis turns 88. You see? Another connection. All right? And if you add up his dates of his birth and his death, it's 10 and 36. You see that? If you add up numbers 1 through 36, it equals 666. From 1 through 36. All the numbers, it'll be 666. Anyway, folks, I could have shown you a lot more, but if you didn't understand this video, go back and watch it again and just stop it and look at the information. Just don't forget that these are my two predictions. Elvis, June 11th, Seattle, some type of spectacular event in Seattle. And the other prediction is Trump gets his head wound on August 4th in Ohio. Anyway, folks, end of video.